Hi everyone, here's our final project presentation. We're doing a presentation on an AI code smell and bug detection tool that we created for our class. My name is Shikha.
And my name is Akshat. So this is our agenda. We're first going to go over the background, the next problem statement, the objectives, the application itself, this code smell and bug detection tool, a small demo, and a Q&A.
So here's some background for our application. So poor code quality can result in inefficiencies, bugs, and security vulnerabilities like data leaks. These issues can compromise the system's integrity and reliability. Traditional bug and code smell detection methods require significant manual effort and are time consuming. Another point to bring out is many times the code detection and code smell tools are run at the end of a PR or when an application has been deployed. So it doesn't happen real time, and that's something that we wanted to research, build a tool around, and see how we can fix that.
So this is our problem statement. The project's motivation is for the group to deepen their understanding of improving code quality and preventing data leaks through automated solutions. So we will leverage tools that automate software engineering processes and gain practical experience in streamlining code reviews, detecting vulnerabilities, for example, in SonarQube, building a tool within a project that can continually analyze code quality and ensuring compliance with best practices.
So our objective overall is to build and integrate a software bug detection and code smell tool to enhance code quality, and we're going to investigate this by using AI tools such as OpenAI, which can be integrated to improve code quality and detect data leaks. So here's our application.
So our application is it's called Food Finds. We will utilize the Food Finds application to implement software bug detection and code smell tools. This is a web application. It has been set up to allow us to spend more time on exploring code quality tools and AI tools to improve the code base. The tech stack of the application is Angular for the front end. It's Java Spring Boot for the back end. And the database is MongoDB.
So our code smell and bug detection tool. So our tool is based on the application. It's split into two projects, the front end and back end. We generated and integrated an OpenAI key and built various commands and endpoints that would analyze the code quality within each project.
So our code smell tool. So front end key features. We create a VS Code extension. This detects code smells. It generates a JSON analysis report, and it creates unit tests. For the back end, we create a small analysis endpoint and a Gradle command.
So some challenges we faced while building this tool. So we had to establish clear code smell definitions. With OpenAI, you have to teach it continually how the code is being developed and what code smells it should detect. So for example, SonarQube has a general definition of what code smells are, bugs are, and it will pinpoint that during your PR or when you deploy an entire pipeline, which is really good because there's so much data. There's already rules in the industry that are established, but with a locally based, like integrated into your project tool, you have to continually teach that while you're building out a tool. Our application was much smaller, so our definitions were kind of built at a level that was more manageable. Another challenge we faced was adapting to multiple programming languages and frameworks. So for example, you'll see in our demo, for a front-end code base, we were able to straightforwardly implement the OpenAI key, create an analysis, generate some reports, and create test cases with it. But for our back-end code base, integrating with Java, Spring Boot, and Gradle, we faced several challenges where we were able to create the code, we're able to connect to the OpenAI key, hit actually their a API and get a 200 okay response back saying that it connected, it got a response. But when we wanted to get a full analysis report, either it would take very long, 5+ minutes to create an analysis report, which was garbage at times or inaccurate, or we would not get a report back either. So that was a huge challenge that we faced, and it taught us a lot regarding like AI and code smells. So that goes into our third bullet point here, ensuring performance and reliability, and designing a user-friendly and effective tool. So like overall, we wanted to create a tool that makes sense to any user that uses our application or any application in the future. So even though this was a very small application, how we created this code smell bug detection tool was small, it taught us how this can scale into a larger focus, especially within our own jobs. And last challenge we actually faced, and we faced this last night. I don't know if many of you experienced this, but there was a global outage with OpenAI. So OpenAI's websites like ChatGPT, all their API endpoints, and ChatGPT on iPhone was completely down. So like for example, when we tried to run our application while testing it and running it, we were unable to do that while there was a global outage. So that was a big challenge, and it was something new to us. It was pretty unexpected, and it's good for us to know in the future if we want to continue building this tool out.
So these are our future improvements. For the front end portion of the extension, we want to create functionality to correct the logic of the generated test cases. The second one was to create a command that points out code smells while you are coding. For the back end, we want to create a functionally generate unit test and to improve the speed of the analysis and have a report generated.
So this is the end of our presentation. The next part we'll go into is our demo. Feel free to send us any questions that you may have on our project or would like to learn more. Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm going to go ahead and start off our demo on a brief introduction to our application. So as previously mentioned, we are reusing an application that I created in a previous semester called Food Finds. Food Finds is a basic web application that allows the user to submit a review about a restaurant that they've visited, view the reviews that they've submitted, any food recommendations, and see them, as well as see a map with their marker within it. Using this application has been really helpful so that we can learn more about AI and how to integrate a code smell bug detection tool. Some more information about it, as previously mentioned, there is a front end and back end. Both are on GitHub repositories. We have integrated actions to them. So with the actions, there is a Sonar Cube analysis that runs when a PR is made and when the code has been merged into the main branch. A little bit about the backend database. We're using MongoDB. It is hosted using Atlas, which is cloud-based. So when in any of the APIs are hit, you'll see a spike showing like the data flowing in, some information about it. So going into the backend demo related to our code analysis tool, so I'm just going to go ahead and stop the application for a second. So we created a folder right here that has a controller and service files that uses an OpenAI key, which we have hidden right now. It's in our environments folder in a secret. And we're using that to connect to OpenAI and utilize this functionality to run an analysis locally within our code base. So for example, I have a controller here called reviews, and it's just a basic controller. It has post, get, and put mappings and a delete mapping. It's reflected on our website as well. So if I go into the controller here, I have an endpoint that is for analysis, and I have a service file. So here is our key, which is hidden right now, and we're connecting to this OpenAI API URL. We base this off of the documentation that OpenAI already provides on how you can do this locally in your code base. We're currently using ChatGPT 3.5 in both of our code bases, and as well as we are manipulating or teaching it how much creativity, the temperature to it, that it can use to run an analysis by. Another piece to show is altogether we can use the analysis folder. We can create a jar file that we can run as well, and we also created a run code analysis command. And let's say I wanted to just run it on a specific code snippet on the review controller. I can go into my terminal, type in Gradle run code analysis, run the command itself. So it will kickstart an execution. So you'll see from the execution that it started up the application. It took the review controller code, so it's taking the controller itself and running analysis on it. And then it also connects to MongoDB here because there's data flowing into this controller. So it does all these steps, and we are able to successfully connect to OpenAI. One challenge or issue that we've had with at least the backend running is having an analysis actually be deployed and seen. So you'll see it just keeps saying it's executing, but it just hangs. So one thing that we haven't been successful with the backend code is like getting our full analysis come together for the backend piece of code. Where for the front end piece of code, we are able to fully analyze our front end, get a report back, and detect some tools. And I'll hand that off to Akshat to give a detailed demo on it. Thank you.
Okay, this is our demo for our food finds extension for the front end. Currently, I'm inside the food finds application, and the source code is over here where we have our home component. We have a component for recommendations and reviews. And then here's the extension, which is inside the application. To run the extension, I basically go to this folder, which is located right here, and I run Fn and F5, and now the extension is running. To select a folder, I basically click open, and we're going to do the review component. Open, and in this component we have our TypeScript file, a spec file which is currently populated with some test cases, the HTML, and the CSS. To run the commands, we go over here, and we're gonna first do the code analysis to analyze for code smells. And it does take it takes a second to generate. So then over here, it's created the .json file, and you can see it tells us the file that it reviewed, the line number, the description of what to correct, and it's also down here again. And that's pretty much it for that command. To generate unit tests, we're gonna go ahead and go back to our commands. Click on generate unit tests. And then it says tests are appended to a review component.spec.ts file, which is over here. So when I scroll down, you can see that the OpenAI created these unit tests. I just need to delete that. From here, you would need to correct what's wrong on these unit tests, and it might just be missing like a bracket or two.